Derke said it's Durkin time, and he Durked all over them. And honestly, the best thing about Derke is his Durking ability. So he just saved Team Vitality from losing to DRX, and I don't think that it's very controversial to say. He dropped 32 kills in a map loss on Abyss, tied, to my knowledge, the international BO3 kill record with 78. If anyone has any like updates on that, please let me know, because I had to like wrestle with ChatGPT for 30 minutes, and then finally someone in my Discord said, I think it's this, but if you know of something, then please let me know, because it was very annoying. Anyways, Derke drops 32 on Abyss, loses, and then drops 26 on Split to just barely edge Vitality out over DRX. And I think this round was a great example of the game. He gets the first blood very quickly, in an almost like not real state, because why are you solo pushing into their spawn and getting a one tap kill? And then the rest of his team collapses around him and dies. So let's go ahead and break down how Derke saved Vitality from DRX. Speaking of saving, I'm trying to get 15K by the end of the year, so save my subscriber count. Go ahead, subscribe today, and we can hit 15K with you by the end of the year. Vitality do a great job of navigating their bonus round. So Hyunmin is going to have ult on here after he gets orb, but Vitality know how to beat this, because honestly, this is pretty simple execute. Everyone comes out of one choke and you have a lurker in Cypher going up mid. The issue right here, right? Your ult is good at you can pop out and get one kill after getting a ton of information. But what defeats that completely is the buddy system right here, Les. He's not right on top of him. But like some 5-year-olds on a school field trip, they're like holding hand. They're on that little rope that you use to like keep all of your 5-year-olds from running off or something. You can't your ult on a single person, because you're going to get killed with someone looking at you. Then Derke getting this kill pretty much secures it. Flashback tries to do something, not really able to, right? And then Flashback is just kind of, Freeing tried to do something. On the site, and then Flashback got the lurk kill. He saves. I could do a minute of this, but I won't. I'll save you. Subscribe. Really quickly, let's talk about the comps. I honestly don't really perfectly like either of these. If I had to choose one, it's DRX's. I think Teo Breach is just too powerful, and in this current meta, if you aren't picking them both, I think you're kind of trolling, to be honest. Just too much utility. Teo Breach is also just so unbelievably good at taking this area of the map, which can open up so many possibilities for lurks, running into beat, right? Because if, let's say right now, they haven't used their Teo Breach stuff, and they decide, okay, I want to take this area of the map, they can force both of these players out and force a fight into Viper, go on B for free. Like, it is that easy to do. Now, I think the perfect comp, like the perfect new-aged comp, is something like Yoru, Astra, Breach, Teo, and Vice. But let me know what you guys think the perfect split comp is in the comments. DRX, I would really like their comp, and I don't hate it by any means, but the Cypher just seems a bit outdated. However, they had Freeing play Cypher on literally every map. Abyss, you do kind of get a Cypher, although Vice is probably better. And then Bind Cypher isn't really used that much, but they just kind of had him in Cypher jail. And that's a choice I can kind of respect. I'm a Cypher enjoyer myself. Derke, though, again, gets to and pretty much ends the round here, right? Vitality technically were worse off here. They had to buy a Bulldog while DRX had full rifles. Economy-wise, they were worse off in this round, but Les has a lot of money, so they were better off in the long run. But again, Derke, it's Durkin time, and he Derked all over them. I don't know, I'm showing an eco round. You know what that means. Vitality get ecoed here, and it's not pretty at all. Hummin has the hero rifle, while Mako and Freeing both have the stingers. And honestly, I don't really get why Vitality played this the way that they did. So first off, Mako balls of steel to TP into someone, and then Hummin gets these 2 kills. So while Vitality didn't, play it the best, because obviously you want to shoot Hyunmin, it isn't so much a they played this eco stupid thing as Mako just made a play that no one is ever going to expect, and then the hero rifle did hero rifle things. When you draw that play up on fucking Valoplant, that's what you imagine happening in a perfect world, and it was a perfect world here for DRX. I truly think that if any duelist, other than possibly Aspas and then possibly Kang, was on this roster, Vitality would have lost this game. It was 11-13. Again, Derke is doing everything he possibly can, right? You're down 6-3. That is a big deficit. And Derke just disrespects all of the utility, disrespects this team. I mean, I think that he's probably the second best player in Valorant history, right? I think people saying he's better than Aspas right now, that's a bit overblown. I think he's probably the second best ever. You could put Chronicle in there maybe. Could put Leo, but with this leave of absence, I think it's kind of hard to say, that he's, because we don't know how long he's going to miss. But yeah, I think Derke definitely deserves even more respect than he already gets, which is pretty crazy, but I think that some people definitely underrate him. I saw someone put Zekken over him, and I wanted, in their duelist rankings for Bangkok, and I wanted to scream, cry, and then blow up their house. All jokes, YouTube, don't demonetize me. Anyways, Derke here gets not one, but wait. There are 3 more people alive. Can you guess how many he gets, chat? Chat, as if I'm streaming. That's right, all 3, because Derke is the GOAT. But seriously, I mean, he got a kill record, to carry them across the line in this game. That is absurd. DRX are a very good team, and I think that they'll probably still find a way to qualify. I think it'll end up being, honestly, the 1 seeds. I don't really see a team that's a 1 seed that looks like they'll get knocked off by a 2 seed. I think all the 1 seeds are going to qualify to playoffs. But we will see tomorrow, and I'll be streaming it on my Discord. I don't have perms. Again, subscribe so I can get perms, but I'll be streaming it in my Discord server, so join the link in the description, and you can watch me stream the games. So it's the round after this, and Vitality are going to have the Vipers pit up mid, but this Yuri ult, and again, the difference between what you need to do with Yuri ults is either have someone on site who can run away, play site very loose, or have a buddy. He doesn't have a buddy, so he just TPs away, and now Yoru gains space, but he doesn't gain the first split, and that ends up being huge because it's 5v5 retake. Derke is going to do something that's a bit special looking, let's say with his satchels when he comes in with his fatal. His Razor looks a bit funky, and I would love for you guys to try and explain why he did what he did, because I honestly don't know. I feel like it's pretty obvious here to shoot towards main. Now, I know you can say, oh, you have X-ray vision because you're watching, but I really feel like right here, I guess he just shot at this, thinking that maybe someone's behind the box, but you have enough time to shoot at main with his rocket, feud. This timer is correct. You have enough time to, move over and shoot at main and get 1, 2, 3 kills. I don't think that it's crazy to say that. I mean, we know 5 players are not on site, right? I think that's pretty easy to say. Anyways, though, Vitality do win it out, although Mako and Flashback almost get something going, man. They really gave him room for their money. I want to shout out Mako. Man, on Abyss, he was hard carrying, and honestly, if it wasn't for him, I don't think DRX would have won Abyss. He had a game. Flashback, though, picks up the kills. Let's look at this final round for Vitality on defense. I think this retake from Vitality shows just how diligent they are, and while Derke gets a lot of the kills, it isn't just him, although he did kind of, have a huge part in it. Right here, how diligent they are at thinking, wait a minute, their economy was messed up. He could have a stinger. He could have a close range weapon here. They don't push. Instead, staying back, letting Derke get the kill, and now it's an easy 3v2 turned into a 3v1 here by staying long range. If they push into that stinger, getting scared and nervous and trying to just, get on site, go, 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 time's running out, then that could have caused a loss there, and who knows what happens there, because again, the game was decided by 1 round. If Vitality lost this, one thing that I am pointing to, and a thing that I'm pointing to is kind of a reason it got so close, was time. Safe, again, I've shouted him out as an IGL before. I think he's been a good IGL, and that's all his team needs, just good to decent, right? You have enough shooters to where they'll take care of the rest. He was waiting so long, and time was an issue in a couple of rounds. If they lose, I think that's probably where the blame mostly falls on, because it was a lot of slow, not oh, we're going to throw this fake, this fake, this fake, just taking things very, very slowly, which is fine, but it gets to a point, right? Look at how slow. They're planting with 20 seconds left. That's pretty slow. And this is one of their like better, faster rounds, right? Really, 15 seconds before bomb comes down. Now I'm fine with that, but there were times where they would literally lose on time or would make a dumb play because time was so low and they had to go. Just stuff like that. But again, I've said it before 5 seconds ago, and I'll say it again right now. They have the shooters, right? 1v2, 1v1, doesn't matter, he's 10 HP, he gets the job done. 7-6 and a crucial pistol round there for Vitality. For example, here's a round where everything kind of falls apart. First of all, this is an insane map to have an attacker. It's a player going at every choke point here. Not choke point, but every like lane of the map. But second of all, so slow IGLing has a couple of benefits. If a team is very kind of fast and explosive, slow IGLing can help kind of stop them because they're using a lot of utility and like quick pushes to go try and fight you. And if you're slow and diligent and you back off or you take the fight and then back away and reset, that can work. But the thing is, DRX weren't really pushing. This is something I honestly would have liked to see G2 do. And they did it a bit, but something I would have liked to see them do to kind of stop EDG's pushes. But DRX wasn't, doing some crazy raise ult in your face and spawn. I think Vitality just got a bit nervous, and I think that kind of showed. And again, Safe is a new IGL. I don't think it's, I'm not going to blame him too much because it is a very, very hard role. We saw that with Ethan and NRG. But these mistakes, I think once they're kind of VOD reviewed by their team, it'll get fixed. But if it doesn't, this could end up messing up a team. I mean, I mentioned NRG. Lev's bind game, the bind game against Lev, where they went like 2-13, that killed them. Him being indecisive and slow. As you can see here, they lose because they have to make stupid plays because time is so low. But that Lev bind game, what I think truly destroyed that iteration of NRG, the super team, it was because Ethan was too slow on making calls. That was like a huge, huge part of it. That can break up a team. We've seen it happen before. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. I love this play that DRX do. With their backs turned against the wall, they pull out some 2024 Carmine Core plays where they're going to Omen Paranoia. They breach stun. Carmine Core Omen Paranoia. This team breach stuns so that he can try and get the kill, but he whiffs there. And you can tell by his body language for the half second on the player cam. He's, not too happy about that because he thinks he should cost his team the game, right? 12-8, you have, 2 stingers, some eco weapons, Bane, I'm buying, whoever, their breach, has a stinger, and then Freeing has a stinger as well. Giving Vitality numbers advantage should be over, right? Derke has Showstopper. Maybe you think your breach ult can save you, but, I mean, this rookie truly thinks he just costed his team the round. And maybe 8 times out of 10, he's right. That is a pretty bad whiff. But DRX, they've got a fake comeback in them. They can keep my watch time up for everyone that's asleep. And everything is wonderful. They help me stream for longer. Again, Discord, link in the description. But let's look at Vitality's execute here. So when they come out, they have Viper up mid. Les did a lot of lurks here, and he had pretty good impact. On Pistol, he ended up, I believe it was split, where on Pistol he took too long on a lurk and they just kind of stuck and lost it. Although I'm starting to think it might have been Abyss. It was Abyss. Anyways, again, I've said it before, I've said it again, low time, and they don't make a move. The salvos here, well placed, and they can't really do anything. With no Derke, you just kind of aren't able to take the space and time. Again, don't want to harp on it, just saying there have been a lot of rounds that have been very low on time. This is why you don't want to get to that point. Take a while, guess what they lose to, guys. Just guess in the comments right now. What do they lose to this round? Well, we'll see. Now, I do want to point out that all of it isn't on the IGL, and you have a lot of stall util with Breach Teo. I mean, Teo specifically, and then Breach just has a lot of good util combinations, plus the Aftershock. So it's not completely on, Safe's IGLing, but you do, as an IGL, need to be aware of what the enemy can do well, right? What that comp is good at, what the team is good at, and maybe call a little bit faster. Don't do a certain part, don't do a certain thing, don't take as long on a certain thing. But I digress. not going to bully him too much because I honestly feel like he's done a pretty solid job. He's still been able to shoot, kind of. He'll shoot on some maps and not others. But as an IGL, again, I think that's very important. There isn't an IGL at Champions who can't shoot in some type of way, right? I'm not saying they're going to be going, 40 and 10, but if they could go like 15 and 20, that'd be pretty cool. So again, we're 30 seconds left. We're all bunched up in heaven and then 2 people here, but the execute's coming in heaven and Hyeomin just sits back, waits, right? There's a smoke, makes you wait longer. You have to spam through the smoke. Bayern's position here, I just butchered it so hard. I don't even know what it is, and I just know I butchered it. His position here has massive value. And as you can see, the spike, by the way, they're thinking about going down here with bomb with 15 seconds left. Like, that just shows a pretty big lack of situational awareness, in my opinion. You're not getting this bomb down, by the way, at this point. Armageddon is going to be able to come down after he kills Derke, and boom, you couldn't have gotten down on the first time. You really didn't have to use the Armageddon because Flashback was still alive, but it does work out. But let's see what happens on this final round. Honestly, I like the decision here to not just slam a site instantly. I think that DRX could have expected, they've been losing a lot of rounds to time. This is a new IGL. There's a chance he just goes hit A or hit B or whatever. Although obviously there's more in-depth strategies to that at the VCT level, but he could call a quick execute. And I think you could notice on B Heaven at the rip, they had 2 people here waiting for something just fast up mid, which is the call, just not kind of as fast as you might have thought, because again, they're losing their time. You might think they're just running it up there. But I like the call to still do a slower round. But as you can see here, once they gain the space they want, which they do a very good job of just taking space and forcing DRX to give it up, once they take the space they want, they're going. They're not taking as much time as they have in games past. They're saying, Flashback, I don't think you can beat us. Prove us wrong. And he is not able to, right? Everyone else dies around him. He kills Derke, which gives him a tiny bit of hope. But after Mako dies, I don't really see a way you win this, right? Bayern is on the other side of the map. Pretty much he's in spawn. You need a Flashback, like, legacy moment right here. And they know where he is. It's not going to be able to happen. Team Vitality, with the help of Derke, go ahead and take him down. Go ahead and watch one of these 2 videos. Join the Discord. Follow my Twitter. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.